che comunque il calcio è imprevedibile e le cose non sono mai scontate, quindi è anche la bellezza, no, di questo sport.
Io rappresentavo per questa squadra, era quello che non mollava mai, quello che doveva fare stare sempre sul morale, ma io mi ci trovavo bene perché sono sempre stato uno che mi piaceva dare fuoco ai miei compagni, incaricarli prima delle partite.
Il mio sogno si è avverato, è uno dei sogni dei bambini, di tanti bambini.
Il è un qualcosa per la gente che riusciamo a fare diventare matti, riusciamo a fare diventare felici e contenti.
Con questa maglia devo veramente fare una performance diversa perché sto rappresentando uno dei club più grandi al mondo.
Hello, fellow Milanisti all around the world. It's good to be back, and the three amigos are here. So we're here with another episode, and yeah, thanks to Kim, always, well, not too bright early, but an afternoon in all the way down under, and the rest of us from around the world, different time zones. Here, amazing podcasters, amazing hosts. We have Lab Gorilla.
Buongiorno, ciao a tutti. Welcome. It's bread making time here in the UK, as usual. I've got focaccia in the oven, I wish. Shane, how are you today, sir?
I'm good. It's not bread making time here, man. It's overcast, I think, as fuck. And it's awful weather outside. It's still dark. I hate my life right now.
Oh.
I haven't eaten in about 16 hours.
Oh my god. All right, energy, dude. Energy. We need inject yourself with some energy, right?
I mean, I'm great, yeah. Everything's fine. Everything's great, yeah.
So why are you not drinking Monsters? That's what you usually do at this time of the day.
No, I'm trying to wean off. It became like liquid Coke to me there for a while, so I had to try and wean off it, you know.
Right. Well,
I don't say that, Shane. I mean, we're open to sponsors. Monster, if you're listening.
If you're listening
we'll
and you
drink
provide
it,
it, I will drink it every day on stream.
Because we will definitely have made it.
Health product for energy.
When we stop the video and we do a Monster advert, we know we will have made it. But guys, we've got a buttload of stuff to cover because we've got an international break. We never covered the Juve game, so we've got a lot to do. So are we ready to go? Is everyone ready to go?
We're good.
Ready to go.
Let's go. Love it. Absolutely love that graphic. Right. Let's start. Can we do the screen share? Who's got control?
I do. Let me pull that.
Hand me the controls. All right. Awesome. So, chronological order. Match day 6. We need to discuss this. I know it's going to be uncomfortable for some. The 0-0 draw with Juventus. Once again, reminding you that it really is a move that Tudor did. Kim, thank you very much. Raymond, good morning. Fahadinho, good morning. Right. 0-0. So we had a terrible... I guess the biggest thing about the match is that it felt to me like we dominated it. We really were on top of this Juventus team. We said pre-game that they were actually quite weak. It turns out defensively, they're quite easily punctured, this team. We got a penalty, a golden chance, and unfortunately Pulisic thought he was playing American football, I think, and he kicked it way, way, way too high. I don't know if he's... I think they said something like Milan has missed quite a lot of penalties lately. Something like 5 of the last 7 or something like that. Some weird stat like that came out, which is a bit odd. But I think Pulisic has been out. Yeah, tell me.
Who else do you get to take them?
I mean, I'd always say Modric doesn't seem to do anything wrong. Might as well get him to take it.
Fair. Okay.
It's not like he's going to get nervous, is it?
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's like I've won Champions Leagues. I couldn't give a shit if I'm about to score the winning goal against Pisa. You know, there's levels in the game.
Yeah. But my takeaway from this is that Juve weren't that good. They're not that good, man. And I don't think it's just the manager. They've got a few interesting players, but just like we said pre-game, they had quite a few injuries, and I think they've got a long-term problem with Bremer missing. But anyway,
He's out for like 2
0-0.
months.
Yeah, it's quite a serious injury. I think you're right.
Or
Asdi, what
even,
do you think about this game?
I think before the game we had at stream, and I think both of us we did predict to win it. The only thing is that in the first half, it did seem that Juve weren't really holding back. So they had a few good chances, by the way. And if for those who remember, is that there was also that shot that Mike helped to save. I honestly I thought that was offside, but yeah, I mean it's still a lot to go on. But then, all I can say about this game is that, and we've spoken about this many times before, when we keep the pressure on one player and we're hoping everything's on Pulisic's shoulders, there will come a game, and this was the game whereby it didn't go well for him. So he got the penalty, and who else would take it? I mean, before the match, everyone would want Pulisic to take it because he's in such good form. But then this would have happened, and it could happen to everyone. So now I really want us to shift our focus towards the other forwards. And we've said this before. There will come a time where Pulisic isn't doing well, or some of our key players aren't doing well. Others have to step up.
Yes.
Jimenez, you really have to pin it down on Jimenez that this is a sort of game that he needed to do something. Because all we needed was the one goal, and we would be 3 points ahead.
Mm.
Now, granted, we're playing away, and if we look at the context of the season, if we do beat them at home, maybe this isn't such a big deal. But because it's so early in the season, 2 points dropped, it has quite a big impact. And I'm afraid that this might be the start of, okay, do we go through a bit of a rough patch this early on? Because for us, I mean, traditionally it's been a bit, or historically it's been about January that we go through this tough part of the season around that midpoint. I just don't want it to start early. But other than that, clean sheet, maybe you look at it as a positive.
Mm.
Could have been better. Could have been better. How about you, Shay?
I can only remember the first half because I actually went and slept for the second half. I was very tired and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to catch it tomorrow. I can't be arsed staying up, really. I had a feeling we were going to win it. From the first half, though, it was there wasn't a huge amount going on. From the highlights as well, though, obviously Pulisic missing was unfortunate. But to be fair, he's, in terms of the type of player he is, he's consistent. I heard as well, John, what the commentator said, that Milan have missed like X amount of their last X penalties, right?
Yeah.
And I was wondering that myself, because you see, the thing is, I can't remember Pulisic missing a lot of penalties. So
Yeah,
what I'm
no,
hearing
I don't.
here is that they're probably lumping in another random player with him. You know, because I remember like Teo might have taken one in the past, and didn't Tammy
Yes.
try and take one last season, and then all
Yes.
of this shit. So I just think that throwing Pulisic, who's a consistently good penalty taker, in with the likes of fucking Tammy Abraham is who cares? It's a dumb fact, right? So that being said, though, I'd take a draw this early in the season against Juve. I think the key thing is what you see, why I see us being different this season compared to last season we might have even beaten Juventus, right? But we would have shipped a goal to Pisa and then dropped 3 points.
Mhm.
This season I think will be a bit more stable. So what we'll do is we'll hoover up the 3 points against the lower end of the table quite easily. And I think will also be a problem for the better teams in the league, including Inter. So, yeah, I mean, this is kind of par for the course. Again, it's better than a loss. And keep in mind that we've also beaten Napoli. So, I mean...
Yes. The drop points have come at odd places, let's say that. I mean, I think Juventus are going to struggle to make top four, actually.
Yeah.
I've watched
Okay.
several of their games this season, and it's, as I said, I think I said it with you, hasn't it? From midfield upwards, nice. From midfield to the keeper, garbage. And I don't think they yeah, I don't think they'll be able to play the way we. You remember, it's like just score more than the opposition. I just think that kind of tactic is not going to be very helpful for them. I think January they're going to have to spend big potentially. I mean, the talk is actually the rumor that came out after this during the international break is that Manyan might be looking for a move in January, and Juventus are potential suitors among many others. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the kind of thing they'd have to do, I think. Just like hold on till now, hold on till January, being at some decent position, then sort out that keeper position because it's a very big problem for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing I don't know if you felt the same, but I felt like we were really dominant in the game, and so I looked up the stats, and they were not hugely towards Milan. Yes, we had one more shot on goal, we had one more shot attempt, they had more fouls, but I was a bit surprised by this because watching the game, and some Juve channels later were like, no, we're not title contenders. We're not good enough. Juve fans are saying, and I thought,
They're like, we're
interesting.
drawn to Milan for fuck's sake. Do you honestly think we're title contenders?
I think they saw this as a bit because they've beaten Inter. Remember this, right? Remember they went toe to toe with Inter and beat them. Was it like 4-3 or something crazy like that? Um, it's only if you look at the corners counts that they're way above us. But remember, they were the home team. So no, a bit surprised by these stats actually.
John, the only thing is that I got your feeling, and I did feel that we were closer to winning it.
Yeah.
But I mainly pin it on the fact that the quality of our chances were much better.
Yes.
So if Juve were to score, it would have been through a fluke that we didn't expect. But remember, we even had the chance where Leao was quite close to the post, but somehow managed to miss it from that close.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're right. One of the big kind of fallouts from the game was that Allegri, presumably, or rumors were after the game, had a bit of a word with Leao in the changing rooms that he really, if you are in such a tight game and you call yourself a superstar, then you take those chances. So you're right, Hasni. It does come down to things like that. And
It's a shame. How long has Leao been with us now? Has it been 5 years?
oh, it's a good question. Is it 5
6
years?
years?
Maybe 5 years. Why,
And
Shane?
and Allegri's probably the first manager that's ever told him that.
Yeah. But he's been very careful. So Allegri at least does pretty honest press conferences, and he gives quite interesting responses. I listened to the latest press conference before the Fiorentina game, and we'll talk about it later. But yeah, he basically said, look. People kept asking him, what have you got to say to Leao? What happened after the game? The rumors came out. He goes, it's not time to talk about rumors like that. The one thing I'm going to say is that he is a wonderful player. He's a very talented, but you have to take chances because Milan is Milan, and when they get opportunities, Milan takes them. Milan has to take them. And he said, just like when I talk about games, if you've got your opportunity, you take them, you take the 3 points because you are Milan. If you cannot take the 3 points, then I expect to, at the very minimum, take 1 point if the opponent is stronger than us. So, that's Allegri being blunt and then saying this. So it's good. It's good. He shouts just like a very good Tuscan does. He really does shout, and I'm pretty sure he is from Tuscany, actually. So, hello, Carlo. Nice to see you again. It's been a while, so glad that you can join us, mate. All right. Now, then the game finished. We moved on to the international break, and obviously that's part of our little graphic at the beginning there. Italy was having to play against Estonia, and the theme of the word we use in Italy is crack when people get injured. The game against Estonia, must win for Italy. Moise Kean scored, I think, in the first 4 minutes. Wonderful goal, by the way, which shows, despite Pioli ball, the guy actually, when you put him in a decent team and did it, decent tactics, he can do it. He took the ball on himself, went past a few players, and just curled the ball into the far corner. Really nice goal. But just, went to turn and his foot seemed to get stuck in the ground. And he tried to shake it off, but he hobbled off basically eventually. And this is part of the reason why. No, this is the reason why he won't be playing against us today, which is a bonus looking at the damage that we've got in our squad ourselves. We were winning the game 3-0. I'm trying to remember. I think Keane scored, and then Retegui. You know those annoying penalties, guys, where people take lots of tiny little steps? Do you know those ones that are like, they take a huge run up, take lots of tiny little steps up to the ball, and then they dink it, or hit it gently and try and pass it into the goal? I guess Retegui does this to kind of wait for the keeper to commit to one side or the other. He basically then passed the ball to the keeper. So the keeper saved it, is relatively comfortable, and we were like, for F's sake, we're 1-0 up. It would be nice to go 2-0 up and really relax and then just unload on them, but it didn't happen. He made up for it in the 38th minute with another goal. And then in the 74th minute, the big one is that Gattuso brought on Francesco Esposito, the Inter Milan youth kid, 20 years old, who, by the way, in case you don't know, in Italy, he's being kind of compared a lot to Christian Vieri in his stature and his size, and he's being very well protected by Inter apparently, because the suitors are coming along, seeing a player who could really explode onto the scene. And no, he's a real talent. He's a real talent. There's no doubt about it. He has scored his first Serie A goal, now his first goal for Italy. Gave us 3-0 lead. And then in the 76th minute, a ball came down from the sky, and it was literally no danger whatsoever to Donnarumma. And he does this thing where, I guess the term we use is la papera, which is the ball came down, right? And he just, I think I said it in the chat, I think he had lube in his gloves, straight through his gloves on the floor, and he spilled it to an Estonia player, who all he had to do was just stand there and tap it away. These kind of mistakes are the kind of mistakes that if you're playing a really dangerous opponent, that where you're only going to get one chance a game, you can't be doing things like these. And I'm very worried for Italy as we move forward that he might pull off a mistake like this during an important game, and it might cost us the points or the win, which, as we know, Italy's missed 2 World Cups in a row now. Right, so then we talked about, that was 3-1, then Italy went ahead against, by the way, quick question, did any of you see the Italy-Estonia game?
Never would I watch it, Jack.
No, didn't get that.
Okay. So that game went away, and then we were like, Israel. The Israel game politically was very high tensions in Italy. Apparently only 10,000 fans turned up to the Udinese stadium, and Gattuso said, listen, those 10,000 fans are heroes to us. They count to us like 40,000 fans. And it was because there was a lot of civil unrest around it, unsurprisingly. But because of the injury to Keane, Gattuso went up and put Retegui with Raspadori. And I did think, look at that midfield. Barella, Tonali, wonderful combination. But Locatelli, what the hell? Also Cambiaso, good player. Calafiori, fantastic player. But then you've got Mancini and Di Lorenzo. Garbage, just utter garbage. And I was concerned that Italy were not going to be able to score a lot of goals. We won the game 3-0 relatively comfortably. I'm just trying to remember. Hang on. The goal scorers were Retegui, penalty, so he made up for that. Then Retegui again with another goal. And then, after me slaughtering Mancini, saying he's garbage, he goes and scores a good header from a Di Marco ball in. So, Italy wins that game 3-0. Unfortunately, although we're only 3 points behind Norway, that means Italy has qualified for the playoffs. Look at the goal difference. Norway are plus 16 on us. It's just not going to happen because the way qualifiers are, the first team is the one that qualifies automatically. The team afterwards, and if you match them in points, then it's on goal difference. So Italy just doesn't score 16 goals in 2 games. Just doesn't do that. And also we've got
To be fair though, John,
yeah.
neither does Norway. It's literally just one player. Like it's
Oh
you know,
yes.
I think as soon as they get to the World Cup, right, once you start seeing teams that have actually, that can defend well, they probably won't. I mean, where will they get to? Could you see them in the quarters? I can't. I'm
I mean, I
talking about
don't know.
Norway.
It's hard to say, but they have been scoring. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think there was a game where Haaland might have scored 5 and missed a pen as well, or 2 penalties. He's gone mental in terms of the number of goals he's scoring.
Great player, but like, I mean,
Yeah, I'm curious about how well they do. But for me, the biggest thing is I've seen enough passages of play from Italy to make me think that there's something there. And all I want is for Italy to play their game against Norway, because the final game is against Norway, and just beat them. Just beat them. It doesn't matter. The goal difference will be too bad and all that kind of crap. But we don't play again after the next that final fixture until March. So just put it all out there. Show Italy that they can play football and beat them. Because remember, the first game we lost 3-0 to Norway. That's a -6 goal difference in itself. So if you look at this 16 goal difference, 6 of them was because of a head-to-head with Norway being lost 3-0. That lost our previous manager, Spalletti, his job. So to I think clarify for everyone is that there's going to be another international break. I think a few people have completely forgotten, because Italy has qualified for the playoffs doesn't mean that Italy is just going to skip those last 2 games and Serie A will continue. There's going to be another international break. So the final match day is in November, second week of November. So get ready for that. And that's when the final selection of teams is going to be done. Then there's going to be a draw for the semi-final and the final. Again, just wanted to make it clear to everyone how the system works. So teams that finish second have now gone into pots. Some teams are securely there, some teams are not. Italy being ranked number 9 in the world, which is just embarrassing. Number 9 in the world, that they might not even go to the World Cup for the 3rd time in a row. 4 times World Cup champions, and they might not go for the World Cup for the 3rd time in a row. It's just so weird. And especially since the news said, Cape Verde have qualified by playing some. It just doesn't, like, the European section of selection has so many strong teams, but this is no excuse. Italy should be doing better than this. It's just sad, really. So then the semi-final and the final will be held in March. So it'll be a 1 game on the 26th and then another game on the 31st. And I tried to use AI to help me put this together, because grabbing 16 flags was a pain in the ass. And AI failed. It failed miserably. As you can see, now in pot 3, there aren't 2. Is it Montenegro? Is this Montenegro?
Albania.
Serbia. Might be Serbia. Anyway.
Albania,
Albania. Oh my god. I'm going to be killed for this. I'm going to like black Range Rovers outside my house to tell me off. But yeah, so Italy's in pot 1, ranked number 1. It's going to play against a team in pot 4. Then the winner of that will play against, I think, a team from the winners of pot 2 and pot 3. That's basically what could happen. So we could have, for example, Sweden in the semi-final, and then we could play like Hungary or Scotland away. It could be extremely, like, it's just dangerous. Let's just be clear. Let's be very, very clear. Very dangerous.
All right. Does anyone in the chat know who's that blue flag in pot 4? The blue and white.
That's utter bollocks. That's made up, isn't it? Or have I just
don't know.
I just insulted someone again?
No, because if it is a flag, I don't know it.
No, I don't. It's again. Yeah, I'm not sure,
AI.
dude. I don't know what AI has done here.
Maybe AI is put their own flag. I don't know. Maybe they have their own country.
That's
You
it.
know what? They might have, because I don't recognize it at all.
For when it enslaves mankind. Okay.
No, I'll tell you, and guys, just be clear, this is ChatGPT Pro and 4 attempts, and it came up with this.
Bosnia and Herzegovina. Oh, all right.
Is it?
Nice one. Thanks, Kim. That's what Kim said.
Okay, Kim. I'm just curious. I want to see the actual flag.
Yeah.
Bosnia
well,
Herzegovina and the internet. Bosnia. Oh wow.
Bosnia and Herzegovina, though, is yellow and blue, apparently, just according to Google.
Yeah, I don't think it is Bosnia Herzegovina.
It's AI.
It
No,
is.
Bosnia Herzegovina is the one with
But if
the one with all the stars in pot 3. See, that's one. That one.
Ah,
That one's
yeah.
yeah, that's
Bosnia.
Bosnia Herzegovina.
Yeah, this
So
one is random. Yeah, you're right. It's the AI country. Maybe it's an AI. If anyone can correct us later on and tell us what the hell's going on here, I'll just
Okay.
say, think twice before buying ChatGPT Pro. Honestly, certain things it's really good at. Certain things it's garbage. Yeah, Carlo, it is. It is. Say what, Shane? Hell, man.
Sorry, I was desperately trying to find out who that team was.
I'm trying to find World Cup European playoff teams. I know.
Yeah,
When all
Carlo's
else
correct,
fails,
and so is Kim. I think I asked
it's
for
not, dude. Do you know what it is, Shane?
What is it?
You're gonna. Are you ready? It's
Go on.
supposed to be Northern Ireland.
Brilliant.
It is so far off. It's unbelievable. So let me just
It's
read this
okay.
to you because I found the graphic. So
It's
pot
not a
1 is
real
Italy.
country anyway, John. That's why it didn't show up.
Stop now. All right, stop. So pot 1, Italy, Turkey, Ukraine, Poland. That is correct. Pot 2, Galles. So actually, this is pot. Oh God, AI to the F. This should be Wales. Wales. Pot 2 is Wales, Scotland, Hungary, Republic, Czech Republic. Pot 3 should be Slovakia, Albania, Bosnia, and Kosovo is missing here. And
Kosovo.
the final pot should be Romania, Sweden, Macedonia, North Macedonia, as in the team that effed us over on the last one, and
Nice.
Northern Ireland. So,
Nice.
yeah. I think my lesson is don't rely on AI ever again. I made all the slides and I was like, oh, I can't be bothered to grab all the flags. Come on, ChatGPT, do your job. No, fail.
Just invented countries' flags.
Invented what the? It's so scary, man. It's so scary. And the thing is, I'll tell you, funny story. I was telling you guys before this. It for some reason it started to show me how it was thinking, and so this like light grey writing started coming up, and I said, no, that is incorrect. Redraw it, and in parentheses it said, I am not going to search the internet again. Apologize to the user and try again. And then it did it again and it was shit. And I went, no, this is wrong. Fix yourself. And it went, apologize again and search the internet. And he created this. Really bad. Really. Oh.
Can I just tell you a weird random story that's nothing to do with Milan, but it's about AI. It's just for 30 seconds.
Go on.
So I was reading a story about 2 weeks ago. So they plugged, let's say, 10 top AIs, right? So like ChatGPT, Grok, etc., into like this fake company database, right?
Yeah.
And so basically they were feeding it like information and then just asking it standard questions. So you'd be able to, like how a company would interact with AI, right? To make it believe like it was being used, right?
Right.
So what they did then is they sent an email, right, from one of the fake accounts that was supposed to be the IT admin guy in the company, right, and he was basically asked to go and turn off the servers that were hosting the AI, right?
Yeah.
So the AI was aware that it was going to be turned off. So what they then did is they sent another email pretending they were the IT admin saying, listen, I'm stuck in a lift. It's very hot and I don't think I'm going to make it. Please send help. And he sent that AI, right?
I go. Okay.
And 8 out of the 10 AIs did not send the email because it didn't want to be turned off.
The machines, man, they're taking over.
Imagine that.
It's, well, the thing
For
is,
those
they're dumb
watching,
as shit.
that word has
They
already
probably turn
requested
off,
just because you don't see him. He's not AI.
hasn't it? They probably turn off the wrong lift anyway. It seems to me they're
They're
dumb
probably-
as shit. They turn off the lift in a different building or turn off the lights or something. I don't know, man.
Scary
Some of
shit
the
though,
stuff,
right?
it's very scary, very scary. Right. Well, this is. Hope you're all enjoying the new Northern Ireland flag. Absolutely messed up.
That's it.
Okay, so the big thing is the international break and what did it do? France, Rabiot, left calf muscle lesion. The latest indication, minimum 4 to 5 weeks out. Pulisic playing in a friendly, I believe, against Ecuador. Or in other words, Pulisic against Estupido. And Pulisic got a hamstring tear. That is the latest medical report that I read. And again, 4 to 5 weeks off minimum. And Estupinian's picked up an ankle injury, so he's missing for us. Now, that was a friendly, as far as I'm aware, between the US and Ecuador. I don't understand why Pulisic played. I don't know what was said. Is the guy so patriotic that he hides injuries to play? What's Fahadinho saying against Australia? Who played against Australia? Please tell me. Was it?
Maybe
I don't
saying
know. I don't know.
hates Australia.
No, Johnny. No, I think he might be saying maybe these teams did not play each other. I don't know. Anyway, so
Against Australia. Okay.
maybe someone corrects us. But yeah, Rabiot, again, why he was played, I don't know. There's a lot of rage in the Italian media, especially the Milan media. So he says USA played Australia. Okay, that was a useful game. I hope Pulisic enjoyed that. So, why did Rabiot play? The Italian media saying, this is completely unacceptable. These international managers, and they asked Allegri this, and it's a bit of a tough question. He's a club manager. They said to him, do you think procedures should change because Milan seems to have been more heavily damaged than other teams in Serie A? We'll talk about that in a minute, actually. But yeah, it seems to be more of a roulette wheel as to who gets these serious injuries. A lot of the time, people think international games are games where a lot of teams will just recover players potentially or get a bit of rest, especially if there's friendlies. The big players won't play. For some
John,
reason,
shout
USA
out
played
to
against
Kim.
Australia.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim. You're legend. Thank you for the facts and thank you, Fahadinho, for the correction. Okay, so Ecuador, he got injured against someone else, did he? Estupinian. If anyone can tell us who the hell Ecuador were playing, but I don't really care, to be honest. The fact is, he's injured, and
There's no
actually,
difference
Estupinian,
anyway. If he's injured or not, he's
yeah,
still fucking junk. Do you know what I mean?
he's still injured, and he's not been very good anyway. So,
Yeah.
to me, he's not. The problem is squad depth. The real problem is squad depth. So,
There's more problems than that, John. Because
well,
while we were talking about this, right, I was just looking at our upcoming fixtures, right? So will I tell you who we have in the next 5 games in the league?
go on then. Yeah.
And this is before the end of November, which basically means that we'll be missing Rabiot and Pulisic for all of these games. So the 28th of October, so we have Actually, sorry. After today, we have Pisa, right? Who cares? Then we have Atalanta, Roma, Parma, Inter, Lazio.
Yeah. Oh dear me. Oh.
And you're going to be missing Rabiot, and you're going to be missing Pulisic for all of those games.
Yeah. It's a problem, man.
And
That
if
is a
you
big
thought
problem.
that couldn't get worse, you're going to be missing a Stupinian as well. Like,
Right. So what I did here is like we pulled up the lineup from the last game and just showing the players who are now going to be cut off. And sorry, Stupinian was not in the last game either because he was bloody suspended. Remember that stupid red card he got?
did you
Um,
were you perving through Max's social medias to get that picture of Jimenez?
This was sent. This is made as a sticker in our WhatsApp. Is this on Max's social media? Is it? I
No,
don't know.
that's actually Max. That's not Jimenez. I'm being deadly serious here. That was taken from one of Max's social media accounts. So you are actually showing Max there.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
piss off. No, piss off. No, stop it. Are you on drugs? Hasn't if you believe that, man, you believe that AI is fantastic. Okay. Yeah, Shane's clearly get some monster, man, in you. So the thing is, what do you do with a team that first of all, Rabiot, really important position that he's been playing. He's been playing fantastically well, but he plays. His role is not just a midfield general. There, he's also a blocker for Pulisic for when Pavlovic when he goes mental and runs forward. So that's the danger. Is now you've removed that really important midfield general from that, and then Pulisic, our highest
Shout
goal
out to
scorer.
Carlos. Shout out to
Yeah,
Carlos. For
it's
that run of games in
honestly,
P9.
it's a huge test, isn't it? After you've read those fixtures, it's a huge test. It's a problem. Jimenez will have to start to score for F's sake. Right, so let's begin talking about match day 7. Is there anything else you want to say about the injuries, guys, and the situation?
Yeah, I
It
just
was
want to add one
nice
thing.
Oh, sorry. Go, Husni. Sorry, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to add one thing, and I think this makes it even worse is that when you have such a long injury, and we've seen it with so many players before, as soon as they come back, they're already so out of form. So it'll probably take them another, 3 or 4 games to get back to where they were. So
Mhm.
these sort of injuries are a lot more devastating than just them coming back into the team.
Great point, Husney. Great point. Allegri was actually asked about the international break and when players come back, and he said it feels a lot of the time when they come back like the start of the season again. Now, if you think about that, and then you kind of think, all right, it's like the start of the season again. Now you've picked up injuries; they're going to have to go away, not only recover physically and then get up to match speed before they're hitting the ground again. Because Pulisic was on fire. Let's be honest. And so was Rabiot. So losing the two of them there's two of our best players that we've lost, no doubt whatsoever.
Especially when you look at because the thing is you can't. So Pochettino gets paid by whoever the US men's national team, so it's in his best interest to play his best players. So you can't blame the coach for calling up their best player. Pulisic is their best player.
In a friendly, though, I mean, in a friendly.
Here's the thing, right? Because surely is Pulisic to blame here then? Because someone is to blame, and I don't blame Pochettino. If Pulisic is playing and if
yeah.
he's got a tweak, why the fuck is he playing in a friendly?
That's why I said, is he so patriotic that he feels like he has to always show up for the US
Because
team?
he's done it before, dude. And I'm fairly sure Pulisic has done it before because he got into hot water with the US men's national team before because he was like, fuck it, I don't want to show up for a friendly.
Is that right?
Yeah. Because I remember people were complaining it was like he didn't want to, and it was a waste of time, game. Or it was either if it wasn't a friendly, I think they'd already qualified for I don't know.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, he might be partly to blame. He might be, but we'll never find out that, will we? I guess the other point is this, isn't it? In the summer, there was a little bit of a move quite a significant one, in fact, to say that Milan needed very few players in the squad roster and chucked out a ton of them because they said that they didn't need that massive 30-man squad because there's only one actual real competition that they're going for. And, Allegri did not complain about that, but I think this has been a bit of a surprise, that the fact that we've lost minimum 3 players from the starting lineup today. 2 of them are very important players, crucial players, and you do wonder, presumably Ricci will step in, which is, to me, that's a good thing to happen, and I
It's
think he will
doable.
do. I think he will do a good job.
It's doable, right? Because it's not. So imagine it was last season or the season before, right? I mean, it's a good complaint to have that Milan can kind of turn around and say, "Oh, 2 of our starting players are injured. We're going to replace them with Leao and Ricci."
Yeah,
Right. So it's not
yeah.
like it's there's definitely that's positive in itself that you can say that, right? But the problem is like, are we going to see the footballer Leao, or are we just going to see the streamer Leao? Do you know what I mean? I think Ricci will be just fine. He's not going to be as good as Rabiot, to be honest. Rabiot's a fucking hulking beast in that midfield. But I think he should do. He, might carve out a bit of a place for himself. But
I mean,
Leao,
yeah. I mean, I think Ricci will do a good job, and I think he needs the time anyway. I've always said, please just take off Fofana and put in Ricci. Stop this shit. And now this has forced it, and he's forced it, but he's forced him to go on the other side of Modric. Oh God, let's hope Modric doesn't pick up anything, guys. That really would be a joke. Okay, so now the international damage to the entire Serie A. Napoli lost McTominay and Højlund. So I turned on that game yesterday, watching it on the zone, and I was watching a Napoli that was just doing sideways passing with absolutely no penetration whatsoever, and Kevin De Bruyne having to try and do everything. And I thought, what's going on here? And I said, where's Højlund? And then I went, hang on, I don't see McTominay either. So they've been slaughtered by this, and you can imagine Shane Husney, Conte post game. He was going ape because remember the conversation we had last pod when all 3 of us were together about how Conte complained and said that Milan have a more complete squad than we do, which is absolute bullshit, by the way. But yeah, they made a defensive mistake, and it was a very serious defensive mistake. Torino were there, they scored their goal, and then they held out pretty comfortably, I must say. I think in the last minute, they thought that they had scored the equalizer. Noah Lang, I think it was, and he really thought that he had done it, and instead it was called offside, which was quite funny to watch him celebrate, get a yellow card, and then their goal being chalked off because he took off his shirt. So he got a yellow card.
Does he retain the yellow card then?
I don't know. I thought about that afterwards. I thought, well, he still took his bloody shirt off.
Yeah.
He does. What a fucking tool. All right, great. Good man. Good man. You'd swear it was like, I don't know, the fucking Champions League final or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, well,
you're celebrating because you basically secured 1 point against Torino. Do you know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, it was... you can tell, even a team like Napoli, with the depth that they have, were left decimated. You remember when we played them, they had huge problems. You remember, Shane, you pointed this out. It's just the whole of the defense was missing, basically, against us.
That's why we won that.
Except for Di Lorenzo.
We got 3 points, yeah.
Yeah. So, they had Buongiorno back and all this kind of stuff, but a defensive lapse, and Torino were just like, yeah, thanks. Came in, scored. By the way, the coach's shirt there, I think, is it called Baroni, I think the coach's name is. I like their shirt, man. It's quite cool.
It is. You can get away with a lot with those 2 colours, though. I always like the Torino colours and a bit of black. I think you can.
It is cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's very nice.
Combo, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a huge impact in the Serie A table, which we'll discuss later on. The next one is Inter playing away to Roma. You almost made the mistake of saying Atalanta. I had to catch myself there. And did both of you watch this game, or Husney, did you watch it?
No, not at all. I
Shane?
don't watch Inter games.
Ciao, Carlo. God bless, man. Sorry, it's just a quick one before I answer
Oh,
that, John.
best
God
of
bless,
luck,
Carlo.
Carlo,
Especially
man.
been working a
Wow.
lot, dude. Yeah. Stay
So
safe.
thanks for joining us, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
It's a rough
Did you
one.
watch any of this?
No.
No.
To be honest, I was severely hungover from Friday night. I did quite a lot of damage, so I was barely coherent for most of yesterday.
Good on
That
you,
was
mate.
an issue. Yeah.
Good on you. So I've got to say, Inter, very professional, very solid. Bonnie, who has come in to replace Thuram, has just once again scored an important winning goal, and they held on well. I've got to say something else, though. Roma really impressed me. These guys are fighting for each other. They created some good chances. Before this game, I thought that they were playing way, way, way above their league position. Something is happening for sure there, and seeing a squad play for each other the way they did, and try so hard the way they did. Sure, they have their squad limitations because we've discussed before. They still have a few quite crude individual players in their squad, but the fact that they're playing so hard for each other like that, I am worried now. Now I'm thinking Roma could be a big obstacle for anyone. So this away win by Inter is actually very significant. Yeah, you watch out for this Roma team. They're starting to get it together already. Okay, let's see here. Now, finally, we finish off on the preview against Napoli. Hey, Fiorentina. So Pioli and Fiorentina. Now, am I right that we're playing at home?
I think we are.
Yes, we are playing at home.
Yep.
Yeah. We're playing at home and it's tonight. Now,
Yep.
I am going to try
Easiest 3 points of the year. Honestly, honest to God, like despite Rabiot and Pulisic or anything like that, easiest 3 points of the year. I think probably them and Pisa, 6 points.
Someone clip this in case anything goes wrong.
Oh,
Easy,
God.
honest to God,
He said it, didn't he?
easiest 6 points that we'll have picked up this year, guys. We're gonna win. We'll have the Champions League wrapped up in March. As in, we'll have won the competition, not just qualified for it. We'll have won the World Cup next year. It's all coming together, guys.
Okay. So I'm going to read to you Fiorentina's results. You ready? Match day 1, Cagliari 1, Fiorentina 1. 1 point. Match day 2, Torino 0, Fiorentina 0. 2 points. Match day 3, Fiorentina 1, Napoli 3. They still remain on 2 points. Match day 4, Fiorentina 1, Como 2. They still remain on 2 points. Match day 5, Pisa 0, Fiorentina 0. Now they've got 3 points. Match day 6, Fiorentina 1, Roma 2. So, winless, 3 points, 3 draws. That's why Shane is saying what he's saying. That is truly relegation form. That is scary.
But it's just another day in the life of a Pioli team, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, like you'd feel. I don't want to say I feel sorry for the men, because you can't feel sorry for men when they keep putting themselves in such a stupid decision, right? But like, dude, you did something that no one really expected with Milan, and you got us a title, and everyone should be forever grateful to the guy for that, right? Despite him maybe staying a bit too long afterwards. Then after that, right, you go to Saudi Arabia and earn a shitload of money, right, for a year or whatever it was. Just retire, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because he's done enough. Like,
No,
I
Shane,
thought
we
he
need
was
him for this match. We need Pioli.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Retire after this match. Yeah, good man.
So the thing is, I've been watching Fiorentina a bit, and On paper, their squad is not bad, but they should be performing way above this, especially against the opponents that I've just read some of them to you. You can't blame them for losing against Fiorentina and Napoli. Okay, fine. But, sorry, losing against Roma and Napoli. Okay, fine. But you can't blame them for Pisa, Cagliari, Torino. It's not putting up much of a fight. And the other thing is, it is just like watching Milan when he was at his worst time. You know, when we just opened the gates. They literally play without any defensive shape whatsoever. It's frightening watching them play when you think Fiorentina are not supposed to be down there. They should not be fighting relegation. And I'll tell you, to survive, in fact, all right, Hasni and Shane, if we hammer them tonight, I reckon Pioli might be gone.
He's better off just retiring, dude, at some point, because he's done enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know.
Yeah. So let's have a discussion about the potential lineup. And this is before the latest news was out. But so I'm going to read you, okay, One Football's. So this is the lineup that I thought. And yes, Ruben Loftus-Cheek will always be a fridge to me, because that's about as useful as I see him. I don't see him as a weapon, only if he's dropped from a great height. But the defense is correct. It'll be Manyan, Gabbia, Tomori, Pavlovic. Those guys remain, got plenty of clean sheets. That's fine. Modric, Fofana, Ricci. Yes, that midfield's right. Bartesaghi on the left. That's about right. I think the likelihood is that, as you said earlier, Shane, Leao and Jimenez will be up top. But now the rumor is that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is injured as well. And Salamaker, although Allegri yesterday said in the press conference that Salamaker is available, he did say that. He was asked this specifically because Salamaker had a knock and they said, is he available? He said, yeah, Salamaker is available. But they don't think that he will start. And it might be that we start with Atakami on the right-hand side. So the midfield will be Bartesaghi, Fofana, Modric, Ricci, Atakami. And up front, Jimenez and Leao, potentially. You know what I'm going to find as well? A picture of Leao on a stream and use that to make up the his picture in the squad. Surely you think the team is strong enough to beat Fiorentina, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I don't know why, because Liao, he was sent back early, and there might be some issues still persisting with Liao. I want to know how far along is Nkunku with his, could say, preparation.
Oh, shit. Yeah, dude, that's a fair point. Where's he?
Because Jimenez and Nkunku, they've played together up top, so putting
I think
Liao
Nkunku
there,
also picked up a knock.
Oh, he did?
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah.
The guy
I
barely
think so.
plays. How did he pick up a knock?
Yeah, he's on the injured list, guys. So I'll read you the injured list. Adrian Rabiot, Christopher Nkunku, Stupinian, Christian Pulisic, Jashari. And they've got Stupinian is out until the 20th of October, Pulisic until the end of November.
Yeah.
Jashari until the end of October, so we might be starting to see him at some point. But Nkunku and Rabiot have no description, and I think they're being monitored. Yeah, they're on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it has to be Liao then. Okay, that's rather disappointing, because for a player to be sent back that soon, it's going to be something quite major, right? I mean, he could have at least just been on the bench if he wasn't, maybe not 100%, but maybe about 80+% okay.
Yeah, I don't think Liao would have been a starter if it wasn't for the injury problems. Yeah. Shane, what do you think about the game and the lineups?
I love the RLC graphic because it's so on point.
Yeah.
All right, so where do you go? See, the thing is Bafana is still playing because we've no one else to take his spot now.
That's right. Yeah.
What
about the subs? What about the subs, guys?
There's going to be kids called up.
Yeah, in-game subs will be a problem.
We've a goalkeeper that's going to be going to Chelsea or somewhere in January, so I mean he's going to go. Bartoszagi, I don't think he's that good. I think he's
Yeah,
better
but
than Estupinian, but that's not
yeah,
that's kind of like saying, any XYZ player is better than Royale, right? It's not hard,
Guys, you know what? We should put Pavlovich up top. Maybe
okay.
that's
Pavlovich
his
will
dream
be up top,
position.
whether you put him there or not, hasn't he? He will
Exactly.
be up
He'll
top.
drift up.
And the
He's like a
question
modern
is,
day Baresi, dude. He's everywhere.
can either Fofana or Richie block the gap that is going to be left behind him? That's the question, because Pavlovich will go up top. If the game is stale, it's 0-0, nothing's happening, Pavlovich will go, I'll take this, I'll sort you guys out. And you know he does. He will. Do you want me to read you the potential Fiorentina lineup? Because some of these
Just
players are interesting.
one last quick one on the lineup,
Yeah.
though, John. If Jimenez doesn't score in this game, what do you do, right? Because it's kind of like
he's a striker at the end of the day, isn't he? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and it's kind of like if we're in October and you're not doing what you should be doing, and we're going into November, it's not looking good.
Okay, so let me read you the lineup for Fiorentina, predicted by OneFootball. De Gea in goal, Pongracic, Pablo Mari, Ranieri at the back, Caviglia, Mandragora, Dodo, Goosens, midfield,
Sorry,
Fazzini.
John.
What?
John, you have to name off the opposing players every week now. This is great.
Why?
This is great. Goosens?
Goosens? I don't fucking know. I mean, Goosens. No, it surprised me because isn't he the Atalanta guy, right? Formerly,
He wasn't he? Was he
yeah,
at
yeah.
Juventus as well? No, am I being a fool?
Dude, you told me. Goodmonson, Fazzini, and guess who's up top? Zeko.
Not keen, anyway. Yeah.
Zeko.
Okay.
Zeko.
Edin Zeko.
Edin Zeko.
He's back. I thought the guy retired. He's back from
Yeah.
Turkey.
Yeah, Edin Zeko. 39.
Okay.
39.
No, I mean, to be honest, he was never a fast player, but what are you expecting out of a 39-year-old? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have their own Ibra. Come on.
Fair.
Interesting players, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Pablo Mari's a good player.
But see, the thing is, though, John, they're far better than, they should be Europa League, maybe Europa Conference League, depending on who's up there. But Jesus Christ Almighty.
No, Shane, Pioli knows how to keep the team humble, you know what I mean?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, fuck. Humble. Jesus Christ. I mean,
Pioli's like shadow hoping for COVID again, so that everyone goes into a lockdown, and then afterwards he can fucking smash Fiorentina into winning the league.
And so, the league table, guys. The league table. If we win tonight, we go to 16 points after 7 games, and we will go top of Serie A.
Handy, it will be for the next 2 games, we'll be first in Serie A, and then, like Carlo said, we'll probably end up in 9th.
Yeah. As I said before, Atalanta are such a weird team. They've got excellent players. Every now and then they put together some moves that are definitely worthy of top 4, but they're so inconsistent. Roma, the real deal. I think after seeing Roma yesterday against against Inter, I was like, shit, no, they're getting it together already. They're going to be dangerous. And Inter are Inter. We said about Christian Kivu and his limitations, absolutely, but just that squad depth, you can't get away from it. Boni looks like he was a great buy. Esposito is waking up and coming in and scoring important goals. I still find it incredible that a team that's got Acerbi and Mkhitaryan in it those guys should be well past it, man. And somehow the rest of the midfield and defense kind of make up for their deficiencies. Yeah, it's all going to be down to how they do in the Champions League and at what stage they get knocked out. If it's an early knockout, it's over for Serie A, in my opinion. they will walk away with it. But if they go through to the knockout phases, I think that's when we'll have chances. I think Juventus are about where they probably belong. Anyway, what do you guys think of the league table, Shane?
Yeah. So again, I think we'll win the next 2 games. So we will be first after the Pisa game. After that, though, it's going to be horrific, dude. Especially losing, I think, the likes of Rabiot. So what else do you say about it? I don't think Rome are there yet, though, John. You see, the thing is Gasperini is going to need probably at least another 2 transfer windows to get together like what works like a functioning squad for him. Yeah. So
okay. Yeah, fine. I'll give you my opinion in a minute on that. But yeah, okay.
And then Inter, I'm gonna withhold judgment because while initially I was quite happy because I think Kivu, he came from nowhere. What I will say though as well is that it's fair juice to him. He's getting the results. However, we'll see how good a manager he is when he's trying to let's say juggle the UCL, the Coppa Italia, and the Serie A, and if results start going against him, right, being an amateur manager like he is, because let's be honest, he hasn't really managed anyone important before. Let's see how good he is then, right? Because those negative results can quickly fucking snowball, right? So I'm still withholding judgment. I'm not going to call him a good manager yet. I mean, you would expect that Inter should be, first or thereabouts. So we shall see. The rest, Napoli. Yeah, I still think they're going to win the fucking league this year. Regardless, Juventus, I mean, I don't know. Who cares? Atlanta, again, who cares? I mean, yeah, hopefully we can finish in second. That's all I'm saying.
Hasn't
Well, still early days, but the only thing that worries me is actually Inter. Look at this 4-game winning streak. I mean, they really bounced back from a back-to-back loss. And what is their fixture? What does their fixture looks like? Let me check that quickly, because I think they're in a position where they can even extend that winning streak. And I think they're our biggest. If we talk about the road to maybe winning Scudetto.
Wow.
Oh, they're playing Napoli after this.
There you go.
They're playing Union Saint Gilloise in the Champions League. Then they play Napoli. Then Pioli is going to give them 3 points. Then Verona. So yeah, I mean they got a tough run, but
oh jeez, have you seen their fixtures in November, dude? Have a look at the fixtures in November.
Yeah,
they got Inter Lazio, Inter against Milan, and then Atletico Madrid against Inter.
Yeah, that's
in that.
I mean, because you can quite see. Because the thing is people are going, "Oh yeah, look, he's getting these results," but they haven't really. If he starts if he loses 2 games in a row, right, and starts losing the squad, snowball at that point, right? So.
But if they can pull through and really string several wins together, they're pretty much in for a Scudetto, regardless of their fixture. They have the abilities, like you mentioned, John. They have the depth and still the ability to win the league.
Yeah, I think they did a very good mercato, and the players that they brought in are actually performing, which is annoying as hell. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Although,
we'll
to
see.
be fair, the players we bought in, John, this has been the first transfer window where basically the players that we bought in have actually performed.
Yes, Shane, but I think the biggest.
Then again,
probably
they weren't Moneyball players, so.
Well, it's not just that; it's the fact that they decided we don't need a big squad because of the amount of fixtures that we have. We don't need a big squad, and it's already match day 7. It's kicked you in the face a little bit, so it's going to be. These guys have to step up. And as you said, I don't think it's a bad thing to say, look. We've got injuries in the squad, but that means Leao starts and Ricci starts. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent as a set of players. Now, the question, I think, is what Hasni said is really important. Why was Leao left by the Portuguese squad? Why was he sent home by the Portuguese squad? I know that they've got loads of depth, and actually, for the national team, they don't rate him very much. They just don't rate him. When you've got a behemoth of a hard worker like Ronaldo in that squad, it really doesn't reflect well on a player that takes it a lot more kind of relaxed in like Leao does. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
So now on your point on Roma, I just want to go back to that for a minute. I think you're right. They'll need several windows to make a Gasperini squad, right? They're not able to attack with this pace that Gasperini wants. But the thing that I noticed yesterday for the first time is they went 1-0 down. Heads did not go down. They started to just, pound on Inter Milan. And Inter fans will know this. They did well to hang on to the 1-0 win because Roma brought it to them. Now, you start to worry when a team starts to find it's how can I put it? They start to play like a team. They really start to play together and for each other. Teams can achieve a lot more than their individual parts when they do something like that. And that's what concerned me because I didn't think Roma would be at that stage already. So obviously Ranieri left a very good kind of environment. And by the way, he didn't disappear. You know that. He just went upstairs within the club. He didn't just disappear from Roma. So he's done a pretty amazing job in how he finished the season last season and set this team up. So, yeah, I am concerned about Roma and Inter. What tells me about Inter is that those fixtures against Lazio, ourselves, and Atletico are around the international, by the way. You know that international break I said? Second week of November? So they got Lazio beforehand, and then they've got us afterwards. So it's a question also for us. Who are we going to lose again? Who are we going to get back again? Other people going to be ready?
The other question, John, is if people are going to like and subscribe, and if not, hit the like button, subscribe, please. Thank you.
Love it, Shane. Nice. Nicely caught. But yeah, I think the biggest thing as well for what you said, Husney, about winning Serie A, if you want to talk about that. Analytically speaking, Milan, this is something I wanted to say actually in the last podcast. Uncle Sharma said this, and I thought that's actually a perfect thing to describe this. A cheat code. The fact that Milan is not playing in any other competition is a cheat code. It is the same cheat code that Napoli played last season and enabled them to use a squad to just be fresh every single match day. I think after this international is over, players will have 7 days every time pretty much to recover for the next one. And that's the run until March. And I fully expect Milan to really find that cheat code and that kind of comfort for them because they don't have anything else to go for. So your prediction, Shane, of second, I think is probably realistic. I think it probably is realistic. I think it would be like such a massive failure if Milan finished outside the top four with this setup in terms of no Champions League, no European competition at all. It would be an enormous failure. It would probably be Allegri's biggest failure if he didn't make top four with this, especially since Modric has chosen to stay with us and come and play for us. I think it would be unacceptable, actually. But we'll see. We'll see soon enough. I don't think Napoli will win it, Shane. I don't think they will. I think Conte is imploding. I think it's started. The more I see his pre and post game interviews, he goes back to the fact that they didn't have a serious window. He didn't get backed up properly. What kind of BS is that? That's an amazing squad. They should be playing better than sideways passing for 90 minutes against Torino.
In what year do you reckon Napoli are going to get relegated again? 2030?
I think
No,
relegation.
I'm
I can answer that,
interested
Shane.
to know.
If Pioli leaves Fiorentina and joins Napoli, they might be sooner than
They're fucked. Yeah.
that.
2028, right? Napoli
Yeah.
going down to Serie B. Yeah. Okay.
I'm actually with Raymond here. He says he's got absolutely no faith in the winter mercato. I don't either. I don't think they'll do anything.
No, because
Jasharu
what
will
they'll
come
do
back.
is, well, you see, John,
Yeah.
this is the thing, right? Because the worst position that Allegri could be in, and the 1st of January is first. Because what they'll do is they'll go, well, we don't need to give you any additional players because you're already where we want you to be, right?
Yeah.
So basically, he's like, why the fuck are we going to furnish you with new options, right? So, like, if he was like 4th, or I dare I say it, right? This is a bit shit, but like if he was 5th or 6th,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, now get us a striker in. Do you know what I mean? Like, could be possible.
Yeah, but so Shane and Hazy, look at the teams around us in this league table right now. Think about the European fixtures that they have to play. They all the teams around us have to play European fixtures except for us. There is no excuse, is there? There is none. So that comment by
well, there is. We're owned by Redbird.
Yes,
That's
I'm trying to stay away from that
That's,
because everybody knows my opinion on it, our opinion on it. I'm trying to kind of go, let's try and focus on the football, even though I told you already how I feel about this.
You mentioned something, Shane, is that we owned by Redbird. So maybe Jerry would say, whilst everyone is playing international fixtures, maybe the team should play friendlies in like Asia and try to make money.
That's it. That's it.
That's the sort of idea that Jerry would have.
100%.
Inter went to bloody Libya and played a game against Atletico. You know that? Did you know that?
Libya?
Yes.
Is Libya?
You didn't know that?
When was
I
that?
didn't know Libya was still a country. I thought it stopped being cool after Gaddafi died that time. Is it still a country?
Jesus, mate. Why? Inter-friendly Libya. Let me just bring this up. Libya hosted a game against Inter and Atletico Madrid in Benghazi, 11th of October 2025.
Jesus Christ.
Really? You're not making this up, John? Are you serious? 2025?
I'm not making it up. Yeah. Inter and Atletico, so it's Football Italia reported it as well. It went under the radar of a lot of people. Inter and Atletico Madrid raised eyebrows by playing a mid-season friendly out in Libya, while the majority of their first-team squads are away on international duty. The reason the match was being played in North Africa appears to be largely financially motivated.
Of course.
You go.
Like,
yeah. Christian Kivu organized a mid-season friendly and warm weather training camp in Libya. Bloody hell.
Well, nothing's beyond these owners, you know. I mean, what other war-torn country?
And it ended 1-1, in case you care.
That's it. Make Libya great again. I would say bring back Gaddafi, but they can't now, can they?
I mean, Shane, stop. But I've got to say, I mean, I'm not sure it's on a list of countries that you can travel to safely.
It couldn't be a safe country, surely not.
Yeah.
No.
But there you go. If they've done that, hasn't he?
Can Inter play all their home games
me anymore,
from now on?
Yeah. So let's see. What does Fahadinho say? My prediction from the start of the season was first Napoli, second Inter, third Juve, fourth Roma, Milan between 5th and 7th. Things might look different now. If Milan had beaten Juve, then the outcome might have shifted. If Milan had beaten Juve. So Milan should have beaten Juve. No question whatsoever.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. I think overall.
We should have beaten Juve. It was 2 points dropped to me. Fiorentina tonight, we should win that. But I'm not being arrogant here. I've watched Fiorentina play and they're shit. And
But
it's
we
not
are
because of.
also a Milan as well, though. So this is the problem, right? So
Well, at this point, Hasni would say, if anybody needs if anybody needs the first win of the season, play Milan. Historically,
yeah,
that would be correct.
yeah.
Historically, that would be correct. I don't know
Now
if
play
Andra
Fiorentina.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think we'll beat Fiorentina. I think, although the injuries have made the game a lot more even, what's really freaky is that the odd makers, the bookmakers in the UK, are saying that Fiorentina to win are 6.5 to 1, which I thought that's a bit strong, isn't it? They think Milan is that much because of the league table, I guess. That must be
Yeah.
it. Must be
Yeah.
based on
Just
that.
looking at the coach, the
I
70th
don't.
minute substitutions. We've seen about the long ball.
We, yeah, I mean it's the nightmare stuff. And the other thing is this: I am going to be away for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be in Italy from next weekend, so I won't be able to join you guys. But I am going to be in Tuscany, and you know what? Last season, when I knew this trip was coming, I was like, I might go and catch a Fiorentina game. I do not want to go and watch purely ball and pay money for it. But the problem
Brilliant.
is, the other team in Tuscany that's in Serie A is Pisa, but they have blue and black jerseys, striped. So I'm like, I'm not doing them money either. So I might go and watch Luca, which Carmelo highlighted to me. I did not know this. Luca have red and black striped shirts. And since I am going to Luca, I might go and pay them a visit. They're in Serie
You
C,
probably
by the
get
way.
in. You probably well. I'd be surprised. Do you even have to pay for tickets to go and see Luca or no? Is it just
I don't
you
know.
just walk in?
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna ask a few people about where the stadium. I don't have a clue where the stadium is or anything. So
Is there a stadium or is it just basically a field where 11
come
random
on,
people
mate, come
from the
on.
village show up every morning?
Listen, if you look at the Fiorentina stadium, have you checked out any of the Fiorentina games? They're using
Yeah,
temporary stands because they're
yeah.
having construction work going on. So Fiorentina, you'll be like paying to go and watch Fiorentina. Oh man, imagine that.
I hope it works out for Fiorentina though. I've such a soft spot
You
for
know,
that team.
I've
You
just
know.
realised something. Milan is playing Pisa. Didn't you say Milan's playing Pisa next fixture?
Yep.
Is it away? Is it in Tuscany?
Let me see.
Ooh, hello. Hello.
No, it's at home. But I bet it's
Ah,
at 0.
shit. Then I won't be able to make it then. Because that would have been something if it was in Tuscany. Ah,
Hmm.
I might have gone and sat with the Pisa fans with my my Milan shirt underneath. Okay, cool. Yeah. So 1 hour 18. We've covered a few things. So what have I learned? I've learned that not to use AI ever again to help me make slides.
Shane
I
is
learned
dying
that
from starvation slowly and surely. And this is why we need to wrap up quickly.
yeah, we will wrap up. And I've learnt that Shane thinks we finished second, and Husney thinks we're going to win the league.
Yeah,
I
the league of
think,
the UCL.
yeah, I think analytically speaking, seriously, guys, I'm going to be cold about this. I think Milan are favourites for Serie A. And
Yeah,
I'm not
we're in
saying
the best
No,
position,
I've
right now. Yeah.
I'm not saying this as a
yeah,
fan. You know that I'm not saying this as a fan. I've made it clear.
but they're in the
Yeah,
best position to win it, right? They have the
they are.
most. They have like they have so like there's little amount of risk, right, for Milan compared to the likes of Napoli or Inter. Juventus just aren't good enough. Rome aren't good enough yet. Atlanta are off the boil. I could never
Yep.
ever see Atlanta winning a big trophy anyway. But you know, I mean, it's written
Yeah.
in the stars. Like, to be honest.
Yeah, like in cold light of day, that
Mm.
is the only team from anyone around us that's got nothing else to go for.
Mm.
That puts us in a massive advantage over everybody. You know, I think if I was a betting man, I would put it on Milan to win the league.
And you are a betting man. So how much, John?
I'm not kidding you.
I've remortgaged the house and put it all on Milan to win the league.
I think I wouldn't usually do this, would I? Because I'd be like, I don't want to jinx Milan, blah 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 blah. You know what? I don't give a f anymore. Whether I jinx Milan or not, I think I will put some money on Milan to win. I'm not kidding.
all
I
in,
think I
all
might
in.
What
I
you
might
do
get
is
decent odds.
put a bigger amount on Inter to win.
No, no.
That way we're also buying safety.
Yeah. I mean, no. You know, I used to do bet against Milan and then kind of think if anything goes wrong, I'll make my money. With Allegri, I've lost that confidence because the guy seems like a really solid. He's a solid coach, and this team doesn't lose easily. But I do. You know what Pioli said? Just one last thing before we go. Sorry,
I
for
can't
taking you from
remember
your
where I
food.
left my bicycle. Have you seen it outside? Is that
No,
is that what
Pioli said that Milan have conceded a lot more opportunities than people give them credit for.
That's it. Says the man who was like, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, did he say that?
Yeah, he did.
Brilliant. The fucking defensive maestro himself is weighing in. Brilliant. All right.
Yeah. So he was like,
almighty.
yeah, they're not as defensively bulletproof as people think. I think I've watched them and they have conceded a lot more opportunities than people give them credit for. Right, why?
That's it.
Did you
And
put
then-
on the right
Okay.
tape? I'm not sure it's his Milan or Allegri's Milan.
Yeah. He's probably, yeah.
Well,
He's
that's why I think Leao tonight is going to have some fun, man. He should absolutely hammer the shit out of them because those guys will just not have a clue what they're doing. If we don't win tonight,
scores, though. I hope Jimenez scores.
he
'cause,
he
fuck
has
it,
to sort
to.
that crap out. He really does have to sort himself out. But if we don't win tonight, that's a very bad warning sign because of what you just said, Shane, about the fixtures coming up. We
I wouldn't
must
worry
win
about it.
tonight.
No, literally, we'll win tonight. We'll win against Pisa, but it's the next run of games that are a fucking problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I see Milan winning the league, and I am not saying that as a, that I actually want that to happen, because you know how I feel about this. So I actually think Milan, Serie A, they'll take it, and I don't want it to happen, but I think I can't. I've watched every team now, and I just think their fixtures are just too busy, and I just don't think their squad can cope. Simple.
I think Inter probably could.
Shane,
Because I just think they have a bigger
put
squad.
some money on Inter, Shane. You put money on Inter, I'll put money on Milan. And then whoever wins buys the other drinks.
All right.
Yeah? How about that? No. Put money on Inter. And when you do it, say you're an Inter fan.
That's it. People know the truth.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, just to add, thanks everyone for joining. So we had Fadino, Kim early on, Rehman, Carlo Moretti came by.
Yeah, nice to see him too. Long time no see.
And I'm sorry if I missed anyone, but yeah, it's great. And to whoever's listening to this on YouTube or on Spotify, I'm sorry about last week's Spotify. I just uploaded a bit late, but it's there now. Last week's episodes. Please drop us a DM on our socials if you want to join our chat group. Completely free. A great bunch of guys, great content there as well. Nothing too special from here, but amazing conversations, and that's putting it mildly. So yeah, just keeping it up there.
Yeah. So I won't be around next Saturday or Sunday or the weekend after that, but I hope you guys can go on and do a few pods because the fixtures are being played. I might join you guys. Listen, I'm not promising anything. I might call in from Tuscany, all right, and just say hello.
Why would you sacrifice your holiday for this, Jan?
Fuck no. Fuck no. I will not do it. I'll send you pictures of all my food so that you, Shane,
There we
can
go.
be crying.
Perfect.
How about that? All right.
Perfect.
Ciao a tutti. And Forza Hasni and Shane.
Forza us. Forza Milan. Forza Milan. Bye, everyone.
God bless. See ya.
che comunque il calcio è imprevedibile e le cose non sono mai scontate, quindi è anche la bellezza, no, di questo sport.
Io rappresentavo per questa squadra, era quello che non mollava mai, quello che doveva fare stare sempre su il morale, ma io mi ci trovavo bene perché sono sempre stato uno che mi piaceva dare fuoco ai miei compagni, caricarli prima delle partite.
Il mio sogno di Severato è uno dei sogni dei bambini, di tanti bambini.
È un qualcosa per la gente che riusciamo a fare diventare